Hi everybody, this is Crow the Sandler fan here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review. And, and today's movie review is going to be on a movie that I actually watched for the very first time last month, and now I'm finally going to be able to review this movie on my channel today. And and that movie would be the 1978 biopic film, The Buddy Holly Story. So, the Buddy Holly story uh, is based on the life of a famous rock musician named Buddy Holly, and the movie takes place back in the 1950s, where Buddy Holly, played by Gary Busey, and his two childhood friends, uh, Jesse Charles and Ray Bob Simmons, were performing at a skating rink. First, Buddy Holly performed country music, but then changed to rock and roll music, and a lot of people at the skating rink really enjoyed the music Buddy was performing. However, the radio station did not really appreciate the type of music Buddy was performing at the skating rink. And then after that, Buddy and his family were at the church, and one of the people who work at the church said that from now on, the the town, which is Buddy Holly's hometown, would no longer tolerate any rock and roll music, and should just pay attention to religion music from now on. That made Buddy Holly really disappointed, but then since Buddy really enjoyed playing music with his two friends, he decided to form a band and become a famous singer, and of course record new songs, come up new ideas with songs, and of course find a record company to help produce Buddy Holly's albums and music. So Buddy Holly, of course, started recording some new songs, and he even came up with a good name for his band called Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Basically, Buddy Holly called his band the Crickets because there's the scene where Cricket was making noises while Buddy and his friends were trying to record a new song in Buddy's family's garage, and that's how Buddy came up with the idea to call his band name the Crickets. And at first, Buddy was nervous to go to a record company to tell the CEO of the record company that he wants to become famous, and he wants the company to produce this record. And it became a success, and the CEO of the record company agreed to produce Buddy Holly's music. And that's when Buddy Holly started becoming famous, and of course he got to perform in concerts. Everyone loved his music, but then of course, despite Buddy Holly being famous and all, he can get into altercations sometimes, especially with his bandmates. And then later on in the movie, Buddy's two friends decided not to perform with Buddy anymore, but of course they would still be his friends, and they suggest that that Buddy should perform his music by himself without his bandmates. At first, Buddy was Buddy did not really want to perform music without his bandmates, but then of course he later became flexible and eventually performed in concert by himself without his bandmates, and Buddy himself did really good, and he actually felt pretty good that he got to perform without his bandmates. And then so there's a sad ending of the movie, as some of you Buddy Holly fans may know. So the ending shows a text reading that after Buddy Holly performed at a live concert, he later passed away in a plane crash, along with another famous musician named Richie Valens. In fact, there would later be a biopic movie about Richie Valens called La Bamba, which I haven't seen yet, but I will soon. But yeah, that was kind of a sad ending, but I'm glad Buddy Holly had a really good life where he and his childhood friends performed songs, and even made new music and performed in concerts. And of course, Buddy Holly will forever be remained as one of the greatest and most important rock and roll stars of the 50s decade. And of course, may Buddy Holly rest in peace. So yeah, that's the whole plot of the Buddy Holly story. So what do I think of this movie? Well, I've listened to a lot of Buddy Holly's music before. They were pretty good, and I thought the movie was pretty good as well. And my dad is a big Buddy Holly fan, so that's another reason why I wanted to check out the movie. And there are a lot of great scenes I liked, and I even liked the beginning where Buddy Holly and his friends were performing at a skating arena. That was a pretty good scene. But my only flaw for the movie is that I didn't like how one of the people who worked at the church said that they would no longer tolerate any rock and roll music, which I definitely feel bad for Buddy. But of course, I like religious music. Religious music is good, but rock and roll music is also good too. In fact, that was actually way back when no one would tolerate any rock and roll music. But of course, it's in the past now, and of course we can listen to rock and roll music in any type of music genre nowadays. And I thought Gary Busey did a pretty good job playing Buddy Holly, and Charles Martin Smith did a good job playing one of Buddy's friends. But there's a difference though. Despite the Buddy Holly story being a biopic and based on the life of Buddy Holly, but Buddy Holly's two friends in real life are Joby Malden and Jerry Allison, while in the movie, Buddy Holly's friends are Ray Bob Simmons and Jesse Charles. I will admit, I felt that wasn't really necessary in the movie where Buddy Holly's two friends had different names, because of course in real life, Buddy Holly's bandmates from his band The Crickets are Jerry Allison and Joby Malden. But yeah, it kind of is what it is, but it's still a good movie nonetheless. So for my final rating of the Buddy Holly story, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 stars. It's a pretty good biopic movie from 1978. And to those of you who've never seen the Buddy Holly story, I personally recommend it. It's a pretty good movie, definitely worth watching, and you'll enjoy the life of Buddy Holly. So yeah, That's basically all I have to say for my review on the Buddy Holly story. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is me saying peace out.